Hello, class. Today we're going to learn how to make a ceramic pumpkin out of two pinch pots. So, to start off, you're going to need a chunk of clay about just about golf ball size. You can tear it off like this. Then you will roll it into a ball. You can use your thumb to get all the edges. But once you get your nice ball, you are going to turn it into a pinch pot. You guys have done this before, but I'll go through it one more time. Sometimes I'll place the imperfect part up front because that's the part we're going to alter the most. I'm going to press my thumb in, and I'm just creating a dimple in the center, trying to make sure it stays centered. From there, I'm going to start to pinch out, trying to make sure that all my walls stay symmetrical, meaning the same thickness. And I'm going to go around until I get all the walls to be about the same thickness. Remember, you can tap it down. If your walls start to get away from you, then you can go through and pinch the thick parts, leave the thin parts. So you're going to keep pinching out until you get about a quarter-inch thickness. If you've had trouble with it, I'd leave it on the thicker side. If you did pretty well with your first pinch pot, then you can try to go a little thinner with this one. Never going thinner than your needle tools, the back part of the handle. All right, so you're going to repeat that process twice. You're going to need two pinch pots. Then from there, we're going to need to attach these two pieces of clay. So first, we are going to score. I like to use the fork. You can use your needle tool for this, creating texture on the rim of our pinch pots. This is going to give the clay something to grab onto. And notice my pinch pots aren't exactly the same size. Try to get them as close as you can. But if one is smaller, one's a little bigger, that's okay. I'll show you how we can accommodate for that. Then I'm going to create a little slip, meaning adding water to the edges of our clay. Whenever you're attaching two pieces of clay, you want to make sure you have a good amount of moisture, and that will make the connection more sound. I see. I'm going to do a little more scoring to create more texture. All right, then you're going to line them up best you can. So mine didn't come out too even, so that's okay. Nice thing that you can do is first just try to get them in place so they're somewhat lined up with each other. Then I'm going to use my popsicle stick or smoother tool, and I'm going to pull that top one over the smaller pinch pot using that extra clay to try to make a good connection between the two. Now, sometimes you'll have a little space where the two pinch pots don't line up so well. I have a good trick for that. You can take a little extra clay, roll it into a coil, place it into the seam where the two pinch pots come together. Make sure you pull some of that coil up and pull it onto the bottom. Anywhere that dent came out, maybe a little, or the seam created too much of a dent, you can add some of a coil in there. And then you're going to blend using your popsicle stick or blender tool those two pinch pots together. You can use your sponge, make sure it doesn't have too much water to help smooth out where the 2 punch spots came together. All right, from there, we're going to try to just gently round them out. If your form gets distorted, you can also tap it lightly. You can use your wider popsicle stick. But if you seal them together, the air should protect it so that it stays more round. All right. Now, we're trying to make this to look like a realistic pumpkin. So you notice the pumpkin has a kind of comes down like a dimple where the stem is. So I'm going to turn it and I'm going to just put a little pressure and flatten down my round shape, pressing in, creating a bit of a dimple where that stem is going to lie. Rounding out. If you have any little imperfections, you can use your smoother tool, a little bit of water to smooth it out. Okay, so now I see I have my dimple. I'm ready to start making the partitions that we have on a pumpkin. Best way I've found to start those partitions is you're going to start with your smoother tool and you're going to roll all the way around your pumpkin. Then you're going to turn your smoother tool at a 45-degree angle and just gently start to smooth those transitions. So notice how this one's a little hard edge. I'm going to soften it using my smoother tool. You can also use your finger and a little bit of water or a sponge, whichever works best for you. Now, you want to add quite a few of these partitions, but do your best to try to make them somewhat similar in size, the distance between, kind of like you're dividing up a pie or orange. Just figuring out where they're going to lie. Going around. This one's going to be a little bit smaller. I'm going to put it dead center. Now, you're going to go through and you want to soften those transitions. You're trying to create the illusion of a realistic pumpkin. So I'm going to come through and I'm going to soften those edges using this smoother with water turned at a 45-degree angle. Using water, your smoother tool, and then coming back with the sponge. Just keep going around so you get those nice and round it, just like in a real pumpkin. Okay. So one of the things that tends to happen is that your pumpkins can start to get squashed in. If that is happening more than you want it to, you have the option, you can draw a circle on the bottom and then just keep going around until you actually cut through the clay and you can pull that piece out. Now, a nice thing about that is we can use it for the stem. Just going to come in with my sponge, do a little cleanup. Okay, now I can go underneath and just gently push out my partitions. I can raise up my pumpkin to the shape that I want it to be. All right, now we're going to roll this part that we cut out into the stem. So rolling a coil using the full length, rolling 360 degrees, get a nice round stem, tapping the top, give that illusion of where they cut off the stem. And you'll notice there's a good amount of texture on there. All right, so maybe my stem's a little big. I'm going to keep rolling it until I get it to the size that I want. And then go cut, on our stem. I'm going to score. Make sure you add a good amount of water on the stem, a little bit of water on the pumpkin if you need it. My pumpkin's already a little bit wet, so I'm going to take some of that extra water off, continuing to smooth those out. Now, I'm going to press my stem down, not too hard. I don't want to squish in the pumpkin. Now I'm going to go underneath and reinforce it, push down a little harder. Now, there's two ways you can connect the stem. If your stem's thick enough, you can come in and bring some of that clay down. Say your stem was on the thinner side, you can create a coil, wrap it around, and blend it into your partitions. It's a little more work this way. I'm also blending some of that coil up onto the stem, and that's going to make my stem much stronger. People, when they go to pick up pumpkins after they're dry, they tend to pick them up from the stem, and you don't want that to break. So if I add this coil and I blend some of that coil up onto the stem, it's going to make it much stronger. Okay. Now I'm going to squeeze out the extra water out of my sponge, come in, do some extra smoothing, kind of blend out my partitions again. See, I'm kind of losing some of them, so I'm going to come through here, redefine them. Right. Now stems come all different. I find they usually have a little texture and they usually have a little twist to them. So you can give it a little twist, carve in some lines, kind of creating a texture to separate it from the pumpkin. Going back underneath, just pushing out where I see my pumpkin is less round. Continuing to add texture to the stem. And there we have it, our basic pumpkin. Now there's some variations. If you'd like to let it dry, you can use your needle tool. If you can find any kind of sharper blade, it'll be a little more effective for cutting out. I suggest you keep your shape simple. You can widen the hole in the bottom to make it so you can put a tea candle in there or LED light. You have the option, if you do have a sharp blade at home, you could try cutting off your top to make it like a jack-o'-lantern. But that's an option, not required. Another little variation, if you would like to add a leaf to your shape, you can create a slab. Come through, cut out the leaf shape that you would like. Sound effects help your sculpting abilities. Give your leaf a little texture. Get the shape that you want. And I find the blender tool will take a little ball of clay, and this is not required, it's extra, but if you'd like, give your pumpkin a little leaf shape, give it some uniqueness. If you are going to do the jack-o'-lantern, I'd suggest you make it dry, but there's your basic pumpkin. Thanks for watching today, guys.